Hello, hello. Is Jack Talcott a hypocrite? Is Jack Talcott a liar? Is he hypocritical? Is he a fraud? Does he speak out of both sides of his mouth? Is he insecure? Is he neurotic? Is he paranoid? Is he psychopathic? Is he a narcissist? Let's see how he behaves during this live stream. Let's take a look and analyze Jack Talcott. Let's see what he's like. Let's see what he's like. Will he show what he's like? Let's see.
And if we can convince the people who have, they're inside the beast, if we can convince them to join us, well, this sounds like a beautiful story that our God might create, where the visible darkness has led the advancement of our society, and then at some point, the Spirit of God is raised up amongst the people, and the people say, no more. We're going to take back control, and we're going to lead those in darkness into the light. Seems like the story of Jesus. And I think that's who we are.
Exactly. Well said, brother. I couldn't have said it better myself. You're very welcome.
Hey, I'm glad you swung through, man. I'm really filled with faith. I don't know that
that's good.
These interpretations, these ideas I have, I don't know if it is entirely possible or true, but everything I see, it seems in line with the Bible in my perspective. Here, we've got another guest, and I'm going to bring him back and give another chance, and I'll try to be more compassionate and kind. I hope it goes the same way. Welcome back, Stephen. How are you today?
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes. Welcome back.
I'm good. Thank you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, Hank. Hank's a big fan of mine.
Yes, I am.
How are you doing, Jack? I've missed the early part of the show. I want to watch your monologue. I'll have to watch it after the stream ends because I do enjoy the opening talks that you give. Greater freedom through letting go.
I like when you respond to it on your show when you comment over his monologue.
I rarely do that.
You should do it more.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll consider it. Thanks.
Hey, wait a minute. No, crew, I already saw what you were going in the chat. I'm not going to bring you up. Not going to happen.
Oh, it's not you here?
Yeah. Hey, and actually, Jeeps, you just reminded me with this comment. Jack, the Bible isn't the authority on modern living. Just be a good human. Who I am is I do try to find the simple perspectives. And I really do think you can sum up the teachings of Jesus is, hey, stop being a dick. Be better. Holy cows! What a concept!
Is that in the Bible?
No, that's Jack's interpretation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Technically, there are verses in Proverbs that imply that strongly to not be a dick.
In Hebrew.
Yes, in Hebrews, yes, too.
Hey, let's welcome Dirty Lowlife. You join in with any ideas or thoughts yet?
No, blank slate at the moment, brother. Just happy to be here.
Jack, I have a thought, Jack. This is kind of related to what I was saying about commodities like food and healthcare and stuff. What do you think about people? So what I'm thinking about is like the amount of land we have in the United States versus the amount of adults we have in the United States. And like the amount of acres that are in the United States is enough for each adult to have like 8 acres or something like that.
No, that can't be right, Andy, is it?
Yeah, I believe
Is that
so.
Andy? That
Yes,
sounds
it
like
is.
Andy. Oh, hey, Andy.
Yeah, it's either 7 or 8 acres. There's 7 or 8 as many acres as there is people in the United States. So,
But
most of it,
some of
but
those are
there's people like
farms, Andy.
No, I know,
Sorry.
but everyone could have their own farm. You know what I mean? And that's achievable with 1 acre, let alone 8 acres. But my point is that there's people like the Emerson family who own 2.4 million acres to themselves.
What family?
The Emerson family.
I want to write that down. The Emerson family.
What about Bill Gates?
I never heard of him. Yeah, what about
Yeah,
Gates?
that's a good question. I don't know how much he owns, but my point is that there are dozens of
He's the
people
biggest
that own
single
millions of-
landowner in the United States of America.
Yes, but Larry Ellison owns his
Really?
own Hawaiian island.
Well,
Wow.
guys, this is something we really do need to address, is this concept of property ownership, intellectual property even. That's as far as we've gone.
All right, so I have to jump in here. The property of, or the concept, sorry, the concept of property ownership, Jack said needs to be addressed because he's a communist. He doesn't want anyone to own anything. Ideas, property, homes, real estate, anything. Anything. Cars would be property. He doesn't want people to have ownership. He's for the New World Order plan. You will own nothing and you will be happy and you will eat the bugs. That's Jack Talcott. If he could ban you from eating meat, he would do it. He's a vegan. He's against property ownership, which is communism. He's a full-on communist. And he's proving it. He's showing you what he is. And a lot of people want to defend Talcott. You're mental. He doesn't want you to be able to own anything of your own, to have no property, including intellectual property, ideas, patents, trademarks, copywriting. He doesn't think that you should be able to do anything, write a book or something and be protected from it being stolen and copied. But is he a hypocrite? Does he live his life that way? He says one thing, but does he live a different way? Let's see.
This is something we really do need to address, is this concept of property ownership, intellectual.
Ellison owns his own Hawaiian island. Ellison owns his own Hawaiian island. Ellison owns his own Hawaiian island.
Well,
Wow.
guys, this is something we really do need to address, is this concept of property ownership, This is something we really do need to address, is this concept of property ownership, intellectual property even. That's as far as we've gone. People can profit and protect different ideas. I mean, to some degree, I can understand, but if
You
we
did
weren't,
that, Jack. Didn't you, with Live Without Fear? Didn't you
Yeah.
trademark it?
Well, trademarks.
So
yes,
that's
Stephen,
intellectual.
yes,
Yeah.
The trademarks are distinct.
exactly.
Yeah.
I am in this world, and there's examples, and I learned a lot of lessons from being a part of this world, Stephen. So yes, I did.
Listen to the condescending narcissist. This is the way that he spoke to his son. Yes, Dominic. Yes, yes. I'm of this world. So he's preaching against intellectual ownership of ideas and slogans. And he has trademarked Live Without Fear. That's one thing he's trademarked. He might have other trademarks. But that's one of the things he has trademarked. Live Without Fear right on his screen. Yes, Stephen. He doesn't like that he doesn't like that I brought that up, the truth, and called him out on it.
I am in this world, and there's examples.
With Live Without Fear? With Live Without Fear? Didn't you?
Some degree I can understand, but if
You
we
did
weren't,
that, Jack.
some degree I can understand, but if
You
we
did
weren't,
that, Jack. Didn't you, with Live Without Fear? Didn't you
Yeah.
trademark it?
Well, trademarks.
So
yes,
that's
Stephen.
intellectual.
Yes,
Yeah.
The trademarks are distinct.
exactly.
Yeah.
I am in this world, and there's examples, and I learned a lot of lessons from being a part of this world, Stephen. So yes, I did use that regulation and code and policy to protect my investment of the trademark.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Are you
trademarks
for it or
fine.
against it?
So trademarks should be okay because they make sure we know who we're talking to.
I'd like to protect my investments as well, whether it's intellectual ideas or property that's physical property, homes, cars, real estate, rentals, whatever. I don't want the world running the Jack Talcott way, where he can protect his interests legally and protect his property, but he preaches that others shouldn't be allowed to own property. He's like Stalin. That's what Jack Talcott is like, Stalin. He wants to be wealthy, but all of you have to own nothing and share everything. Forced upon you, forced sharing, communism. But the elite, the so-called elite, they used to call themselves the elite in the Soviet Union, were different from the proletariat class, where they were allowed to be wealthy and own things, own property. But everyone else wasn't allowed, and that's the Talcott way. Talcott is very similar to a dictator like Stalin. And he doesn't like being called out. Look at his body language. He's looking down, he's fidgeting. He knows he was just caught and called out, and no one else in the panel is going to do it, of course. As usual, what else is to be expected? They just let him get away with shit. They don't call him out on it. The same as in this world. People let the dictators get away with shit. They don't call them out on it. They're silent. And they're just staring like zombies, not paying attention, not even understanding that Jack Talcott is a total fucking hypocrite.
It's even the most extreme anti-IP persons for trademarks.
My investment of the trade. I am in this world, and there's is this concept of property ownership. Is this concept of property ownership? Wow, guys, this is something we really do need to address. Is this concept of property ownership, intellectual property, even. That's as far as we've gone. People can profit and protect different ideas. I mean, to some degree, I can understand, but if
you
we
did
weren't,
that, Jack, didn't you? With Live Without Fear, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, trademarks.
Yes,
that's
Stephen. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I am in this world, and there's examples, and I learned a lot of lessons from being a part of this world, Stephen. So yes, I did use that regulation and code and policy to protect my investment of the trademark.
So
are you
trademarks
for it or
fine.
against it?
So trademarks should be okay because they make sure we know who we're talking to. It's even the most extreme anti-IP persons for trademarks because they want to know who they're talking to, where the thing comes from.
I'm just trying to understand if Jack's for trademarks or against them, since he has trademarks. That's what I'm trying to understand. Yeah.
Well, Stephen, if you were to guess.
Well, it's a question out of curiosity. I'm not assuming.
He's not owning land and owning trademarks.
If I were to guess, I would say you might be hypocritical. You might be owning a trademark.
I know.
Now you're saying you're against people.
Even right.
Intellectual
Stephen,
property.
Yes, Stephen, hear yourself.
Why did you interrupt me? You wouldn't let me finish my question. You claim to be against interruptions, but you interrupt me constantly, Jack. You're very rude. You're very rude and interruptive, and you have double standards. You don't like applying the rules to yourself that you try to apply to others. Look at Hank smirking away. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's oblivious. He just wants drama. That's how his mind works, with the black sunglasses on. If I were to guess, I would say you might be hypocritical. You might be owning a trademark
I
And now
know.
you're
I
saying
know.
you're not assuming.
Is it,
I'm
is it,
asking-
Trying to understand. Yeah.
Well, Stephen,
Yeah.
if you were
Yes,
to
Jack.
guess,
Well, it's a
If you were to-
question out of
if you were to-
curiosity. I'm not assuming.
isn't owning land and owning trademarks?
If I were to
not
guess,
false
I would say
equivalence?
you might be hypocritical. You might be owning a trademark,
I
and
know.
now you're saying
I know.
you're against people
Stephen, right.
intellectual
Stephen?
property.
Yes, Stephen, hear yourself. You asked the question because you.
If I were to
Not
guess,
false
I would say
equivalence.
you might be hypocritical. You might be owning a trademark,
I
and
know.
now you're saying
I know.
you're against people
Stephen, right.
intellectual
Stephen?
property.
Yes, Stephen, hear yourself. You asked the question because you want to show evidence that
No, it's a
maybe I'm
valid question.
that maybe I'm a hypocrite. But Stephen, what
Are
you
you?
are is revealing you again. So
Jack, I'm
I'm-
just wondering.
hey, Stephen, I know your wonders reveal you. I see through you, dude. So here, if you think about what I'm suggesting, that we share good ideas with each other, that we share best practices between corporations and nations, that we actually restructure and reform all the regulations and all the petty codes. So, Stephen, if that's what I'm suggesting, do you think I'm in support of trademarks?
I don't know. That's why I was
Holy
asking. I was
Who is-
trying to get.
You still
So
don't
Who
know?
is
trying-
Stephen Jack?
So-
I've
so
never.
Ja-
Who's Stephen? Who is Stephen Jack? I've never heard of him. Never heard of him.
He has his own show.
Don't get flustered by a nobody.
I'm not.
He's not nobody, but it don't worry about him. But trademarks are easily defensible. You don't even need to get angry over this one. Because trademarks are just branding. Just make sure to authenticate this is the person I'm talking to, because a lot of scammers around. That's why we need trademark. Copyright patents,
Hey,
those are definitions.
Hank lost the plot. He doesn't understand what I was doing. He went full autistic. He doesn't get it, as usual. He missed the point. And unfortunately, there's people that come to my channel. There's people all over YouTube that miss the point. Not everyone. Some people pay attention enough to understand. But some people, quite a few people, need it hammered home because they miss the point. A lot of people need it explained what hypocrisy is and means. A lot of people just don't pay attention. They're just here for drama. They listen for drama. They're on YouTube for drama. That's what I mean. They're on the internet on YouTube just for drama. You're not here to learn about human behavior, about this realm. You just miss the point. And I don't want beings like that around me. I just don't. If you're consistently missing the point, not paying attention, what are you doing? Go somewhere else.
Make sure to authenticate this is the thing.
By a nobody.
I'm not.
He's not nobody, but it don't worry about him. But trademarks are easily defensible. You don't even need to get angry over this one. Because trademarks are just branding. Just make sure to authenticate this is the person I'm talking to, because a lot of scammers around. That's why we need trademark. Copyright patents, those are definitions.
Right, Hank, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what you're doing is you're defending Stephen. Now, did you
Okay, we can get
understand?
defensive. I'm trying to support you, but we can get defensive when I'm helping you. I'll just leave.
Well, what I'm asking you to do, well,
Scammers around. That's scammers around. Just make sure to authenticate this is the person I'm talking to, because a lot of scammers around.
Look at the fake yawn. The point is, Jack's a hypocrite. I'm aware of why we need trademarks, Hank. The point is, Jack Talcott owns several trademarks, but now he's preaching against them. Jack is not consistent. Jack wants different rules for Jack than for the population. The same as Stalin and any communist dictator. That's Jack Talcott. So yeah, Hank, you missed the point. We don't need an explanation of trademarks and what they protect. We're aware of that. Jack is a hypocrite, is the point.
Are easily defensible. You don't even need to get angry over this one. Because trademarks are just branding. Just make sure to authenticate this is the person I'm talking to, because a lot of scammers around. That's why we need trademark, copyright, patents. Those are different issues.
Right, Hank. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what you're doing is you're defending Steven. Now, did you
Okay,
understand?
we can get defensive. I'm trying to support you, but we can get defensive when I'm helping you. I'll just leave.
Well, Steve, what I'm asking you to do is, why don't you present my case?
Okay. You explain your case then, Jack. Go ahead.
Well, I just did. That's why I'm asking you to do it.
Then I'm confused.
I realize that. That's why I saw that when you started making justifications.
Okay, make your case again. Make your case again. Make it clear.
I'm suggesting that if good people work together and we end the corruption, we can move forward in the world, within the nation and the entire world, where people share good ideas with people, corporations, governments, right? The best practices are what make a better life. And individually, guess what? Jesus showed us the best practices for life. It's mercy, forgiveness, and compassion.
You don't, excuse me, my voice cracked there. You don't live the words of Jesus, Jack Talcott. You just don't. And Hank wasn't defending me. All Hank was doing was explaining trademarks and patents and why they're needed, which is obvious. Hank was just Captain Obvious. He wasn't defending me. He wasn't exposing you as a hypocrite. He was just basically reading from fucking Wikipedia. That's all. That's all Hank ever does. He doesn't really contribute anything. He's just a repeater. That's all he is. He's just someone that could read from Wikipedia. That's it. It's not a thinker. He doesn't really understand what's going on. He doesn't really call out hypocrisy and things like that. He doesn't notice it. Neither do the other dummies on the panel there. They're too dumb, too oblivious, too unaware. So do your fake yawns and hold your neck and blah, blah, blah. You're a total hypocrite, Talcott. That's what you are. You're a fraud. And I see through you. I see through you.
Exactly.
So individually, guess what? Jesus, forward in the world. People work together and we end the corruption. We can move forward in the world, within the nation.
Very vague statements. Move forward and corruption. Do we need patents and trademarks for intellectual property and ideas or not? You use them to protect yourself. Why shouldn't I be able to use them to protect things, slogans, ideas, intellectual, creative work of mine? See, you want to protect yourself, but you want to take away everyone else's right. You're just a total fucking hypocrite. That's what you are. And now that you don't own a house, you were evicted, and don't own property, now all of a sudden you're against property ownership for people. You're a communist. It was fine when you owned a fucking house, though, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Now that you have nothing, you're all for share with me. Share with me, people. Give me money. Give me donations. You don't want to end anything, any part of the system. You just want to be a fucking leech. You're a hypocrite, Talcott. You just want to be a fucking leech, and you're a weakling. You kick people off your panel when they challenge you or when they ask you a direct question, a meaningful question. That threatens you. You live in fear. You don't live without fear. You're insecure. You're an insecure little manlet narcissist. You live in fear.
And the entire world, where people share good ideas. Well, I just did. That's why I'm asking you to do it.
Then I'm confused.
I realize that. That's why I saw that when you started making
Okay,
justifications.
make your case again. Make your case again. Make it clear.
I'm suggesting that if people, good people, work together and we end the corruption, we can move forward in the world, within the nation and the entire world, where people share good ideas with people, corporations, governments, right? The best practices are what make a better life. And individually, guess what? Jesus showed us the best practices for life. It's mercy, forgiveness, and compassion.
Exactly.
So, Hank, for Stephen to ask me if I am in support of trademarking when I'm suggesting that good ideas should be freely shared, it seems like an ignorant question.
Well, trademarks have nothing to do with compassion, in my opinion.
It's not about compassion. It's not an ignorant question. You have something trademarked right on your fucking screen. Live without fear, top right corner. You have that trademarked. I'm aware of that. It's not an ignorant question because you're saying that ideas should be free while you trademark yours. You trademark yours. That's in conflict. That's hypocrisy. I'm calling out hypocrisy, which more people should do. Hardly anyone does that in this realm, though, with the Talcotts. They bow down because they're afraid of that little twerp for some reason. Just because he gets angry and people react like, oh, he's angry. Who gives a shit? He's an angry little fucking pissant. So what?
I'm in support of trademarking when I'm suggesting that, guess what? 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 Jesus showed us the best practices for life. It's mercy, forgiveness, and compassion.
Exactly.
So, Hank, for Stephen to ask me if I am in support of trademarking when I'm suggesting that good ideas should be freely shared, it seems like an ignorant question.
Well, trademarks have nothing to do with compassion, in my opinion. It's irrelevant. It's orthogonal.
Well, it's part of the idea of ownership, right? And this ownership creates the appearance. Well, ownership creates privilege. And then through privilege, you have this superiority. And in the superiority, that's where you find people fighting. Through privilege, you have this superiority. Ownership creates the appearance. Well, ownership creates privilege. And then through privilege, you have this superiority. And in the superiority, that's where you find people fighting to control each other. And it's a bunch of nonsense, man.
Okay. Should Pony Boy Snafu Snash be able to go around the internet and say he's Jack Talcott? Yes or no?
No.
Then you're for trademarks.
Okay, Hank.
Because trademark prevents that. That's so you're for it. Makes sense.
Oh.
So with compassion.
Compassion would protect the identity as well. If people had compassion and respect for the truth.
That's a big if.
Well,
Talcott, you're confused. You're confused.
No. What am I? Because Andrew, you're right. It is a big ask, but I believe that this is our purpose.
No, it's a big if. It's a big if. I said. You said if people have compassion. I said that's a big if because most people don't.
We can help each other grow it. That's what I found. And I think that's what we're here to do.
Yeah,
and
Paul.
Isaac.
Hey, Isaac, I challenge you to a freestyle battle.
Hey, freestyle battle, I'll hurdle you like cattle. I'll huddle up on that saddle and I'm bringing my battle. So you don't want to see me in my cap when I rattle, because I'm a snake when I bite. I venom's lethal, I saddle. Wait, I said repeated a word. That's it.
Welcome.
When if I repeat a word, I feel like I've lost, you know.
I think we got a new.
Not lost, but it's over, yeah.
All right.
Let's go. Now it's your turn.
Nah, not here, man. In the arena.
What? Oh, sorry. I thought
Yeah,
you meant
but-
right now.
No. it's-
Sorry, I'm really just felt it.
Black Hole is showing his face.
I got
Bud.
challenged
What
and
a
I had
trick.
faith and I wanted to challenge myself. That's sorry, Jack. I felt the battle. I thought he wanted it right here.
Jack, go ahead and declare Isaac the winner, please.
The reason I brought up the DC celebration, because I agree it could be an amazing time for America to celebrate, but the reality is our independence has been stolen. Our
There's
political
never been any real
systems-
freedom, and that's a special live that I just made on my channel. Correct, sir.
I think there
Continue.
was a time.
You're
I
doing.
think it was
you
around
say-
like before 1920, maybe. My grandpa was born in 1906, acquired 200,000 acres, and by the time I was born, it was stolen by the government and other people and family. Yeah, pretty trippy. 200,000 acres of California. That was like 1%. I looked it up. I was like, damn. But like, so I know what you mean. Like, it's that freedom's not. I can't like go plant an acre of anything I want. If I could choose, you know what it would be, hemp. But you know, I'm not allowed to do that, and I don't see freedom if I can't go grow a bunch of seeds. We live on an acre, and I can't just go throw a bunch of seeds out there and see what happens. It's kind of annoying. So, I don't know.
Hey, man, buy into the illusion, all right? You got to buy the illusion.
Hello, OTW. Haven't seen you around very much. How have you been? Why don't you come up here and say hi to everybody, fucker?
Yeah,
Need to
OTW,
cuss some people,
you're
though.
welcome to join. And Rose, when on this path, it was recommended to me that I look into the trademark, and you know, because I found the idea of live without fear, it seemed to really fit me, and it was inspired by the Bible. And so one of my early coaches, he had more experience in that, suggested, hey, look into trademarking it. It was available, so I did. And I also invested and secured the web domain and stuff. And it is to protect me, but you know what? There's so many loopholes in this damn legal system to protect it. I don't know the process. I probably have to go hire somebody and all this other crap. So
Exactly. So, is it truly our right to have all these different laws and
Oh my
numbers and things against us when you have to literally study it for 10 years to understand it? It's like, are you sure we're really held like to all that if we don't know?
right.
It's kind of trippy.
Well,
But I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, but the policies and codes exist to be bumpers for so we don't
For the corporates, the corporate businesses, man. That's
There's
why
an old
it's-
definition of legal,
Well, not-
which is the undoing of God's law.
Yeah.
not just
Wow.
So,
Wow.
No man should be above any man. No
So
man
that-
should be above any man.
That
No,
was
they
on-
are.
It's like there's
I
a
was
verse. It's
making
like,
some
who is
lunch
another
while I
man to
was
judge
listening.
me? Yeah. Who is another
Hey,
soul
let's-
to judge my soul?
Demon tards, demon tards.